Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, creatures of all ages, welcome back to the Civilian Armory. Today's video, as you can see, is about stickers. Let's get into it. No, I'm just kidding. Today's video is not about stickers. That would be preposterous. So, let's clean all these up. There is a point to be made here, though, right? I think a lot of times people get all wrapped around the guns and the gear and, you know, this new doodad does this. And to be clear, I'm guilty of this as well, right? This new piece of gear does this new cool thing that my other piece of gear doesn't do, or, you know, that somehow makes it superior to, you know, XYZ other piece of gear, or, right? And that's kind of represented here by the stickers. Stickers are freaking cool. Gear is cool. New innovations in the industry is cool. I have an appreciation for all that kind of stuff. Right? And so it's just represented by all these companies that send you stickers all the time, right? Because they want you to be proud, and it's free advertising, and right, stickers are cool. You know, there's nothing wrong with being proud of your gear, right? For some of us, owning nice gear is kind of an accomplishment. You know, I drive a what I think is a pretty nice car, but by most people's standards, it's just a regular old car. You know, so a lot of people take pride in their car. Some people take pride in their whatever, you know, their house, their some people are into drones, some people are into photography. People are literally into all kinds of stuff. I know guys that have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in radios, right? That's a thing. So in the gun industry, in the shooting industry, in the self-defense industry, cool guns and cool gear and gadgets and doodads and so on and so forth is only gonna take you so far, guys. That stuff only, yeah, it's cool, but a good shooter with good training will still perform as good or better than a mediocre shooter with really great gear, right? So that's the nature of today's video. It's really just a rant from me. It's just me talking. I think when it comes to medical training, and you should have some medical training, if you're into guns, spend any amount of time around guns, at gun ranges, etc., you should have some medical training. I ended up getting to deploy a tourniquet in real life on a real gunshot wound about 2 months ago. Kid took a round to the foot in class. Another shooter in class had a negligent discharge, and shot the guy next to him in the foot that they were having a conversation together when it happened, and it was negligence. It wasn't an accident. It was negligence. Ended up I got to deploy a tourniquet on that guy, and right, had I not had medical training, I wouldn't have known how to do that. Did my tourniquet save his life? I don't know. He probably would have been fine, right? We were in a metropolitan area. You know, it's not like we were 4 hours from civilization, or, you know, 6 hours from the nearest hospital or something, right? You know, paramedics were half a day's hike. He probably would have been fine, but right? I mean, gunshot wounds are nothing to mess with. So there's not, in my opinion, a great replacement for medical training. You just need to find you a reputable medical class in your area, and you need to take it. Because looking at stuff on the internet will only take you so far. I'm kind of getting off the rails here. The nature of today's video is about training and practice and so on and so forth. Right? It is June 20th, 2020. Things are a little nuts right now, right? Ammo's a little scarce for a lot of people, and even when you find it, it's expensive. And there's a tremendous amount of people right now they're seeking out guns, seeking out ammunition, seeking out training. So even I've seen it here lately that a lot of the classes that I'm in, and I'm fortunate to still be getting to a class every month. And I know not everybody can do that, right? So if you can't get to training, you should at least be practicing. And you should be practicing even if you are getting to training. I make an effort to get some practice in between my monthly classes and so on and so forth. I used to practice a little more religiously than I do now, but I still practice probably quite a bit more than the average shooter does. So when it comes down to practice, training is, at least in my definition, and you guys, my air conditioner is going to kick on and off while I'm making this video. I apologize if that is distracting or annoying or anything to you guys. I'm sorry. It's summertime in Missouri, so we just kind of get what we get, right? The AC is going to come on and off. So training is a legitimate class with competent instructors. And to be clear, I've been in classes that did not have competent instructors, and I've been in a lot of classes that did. So that is training, right? You either had to, sign up or so on and so forth, and it's got an instructor, and it's very structured, and they're telling you what they want you to do. That is training, right? Classes and training are the same thing. Practice is when you go to the range and practice those things that you learned in class, right? And you should be doing both if at all possible. But I get it, right? Ammo's a little scarce. Things are expensive. The economy's kind of at the moment, right? So you may not have a tremendous amount of money available to you. What can you do? Because I'll tell you, especially having shot with a couple of guys recently, it became real apparent to me after seeing some guys that I know are pretty good shooters not shoot very well, and their only excuse was that they hadn't shot in a couple of months. Shooting is a very perishable skill, guys. So what do, right? Do you want to just go to the range and blast away, so on and so forth? I would not. If it was me and I needed to begin kind of being smart with my ammunition and getting the most out of my ammunition, right? Because I can go and do a mag dump and it looks cool on Instagram or whatever people are posting videos on these days, or whatever. I'm just a YouTube guy. Right, mag dumps look cool on Instagram, but do they teach you anything? Probably not. Maybe recoil control, maybe. Right, if you're even trying. So when we're trying to save funds, trying to save ammunition, we need to be judicious about our practice. You can go to the store and you can buy targets like these, but I'm telling you, if you do any amount of shooting, these targets get kind of expensive. Even these targets, get kind of expensive. The big unfoldable green man, and Birchwood Casey makes both of these, and they're not expensive.